Hi, I am Taz. You're watching hashtag Connect Africa Moyane.
Hello, I'm Dan Moyane. We are continuing our conversation here on hashtag Connect Africa Moyane with Taz Singh, known to many of you as a medium, but she's also a businesswoman. In the first part of our conversation, we tracked a little bit of her journey. Where did it all begin, this medium side of her? And she explained that since she was a child, she really had the sense that she could communicate with the other side, with dead people. And as she grew older, she accepted it. Taz, thank you for continuing the conversation. Now, you've got a number of platforms that you work on, and you've got a number of programs and projects you're busy with. Now, for me, you are a businesswoman. You're an entrepreneur, but you're a medium. I mean, a medium is something that you're born with. Mm-hmm. It's a business, you acquire the skills, you learn how to manage and stuff like that to make sure that there's income, there's profit, and there's all those kind of things. I just want an overriding question first as we continue our conversation. How do you marry the two worlds?
You know, the funny thing is when you call me a businesswoman, that happened by chance. So I was quite comfortable in my little space seeing clients, and I was busy every day. And I was approached by the producer from Metro FM to do a consultation, which I did. And he was impressed, and he went to speak to his seniors. And next thing I knew it, I was on radio. It was not planned, it happened. With the TV platform, the owner of the network reached out and said that she would like, I did not know anything about her. She wanted an appointment. We did an appointment. She went back home, she processed everything, and she approached me and she says, I want to work with you. What would you like to do? And I gave it some thought and I said, okay, on the couch with Taz, I'd like to work with clients. So she gave me the opportunity to produce my own show. She says, I will give you this opportunity to run with it and produce it. And that's what I've done. And I haven't looked back because it's not about the money. Yes, there is money out of it, but it's not about the money. I see the difference that it's making in so many lives. Metro FM was never supposed to have become so big. It was never have it would never have gone so long. In my mind, it was going to be for a few weeks, maybe a few months. And now we have our own show.
And your clients, they're not just South Africans.
No.
They're from all over the world.
That's a very important question. Don't ask me how, but I have clients all over the world. You name it, there's a client there. I do travel. Generally in December, I travel out to the US or to Europe. I travel out and I meet clients. I do workshops. I do events. But the clients found me. So I believe the word of mouth is our biggest marketing tool. I don't advertise, or if you go back and you search me, you will never find pre-Metro FM, pre-Viva Nation advertising of Taz. The only advertising now is what my platform is offering. And for me, that's important to mention. If a medium feels like they need to sell themselves, then they are not, maybe in my opinion, as good as they should be, because your work should speak for itself.
So you are in the business of what? If somebody asks, what's your business? What do you say you're in the business of?
I'm in the business of making a difference in people's lives. If I get paid for it, yes, that's great. But I'm in the business of helping people.
And I've seen you have a lot of events. There was a June 16 event that you did virtually, but there's also been events where you were present physically under different lockdown restrictions, obviously currently, where it was allowable and everything else. Do you put those yourself by yourself? I mean, do you have a team that puts those brilliant events? Because when we look at them on social media, it's like, wow, how did she put this one together?
So it's my ideas that I put out. And so let me just go back one step. All the virtual stuff that I do is my charity. I do not charge for that. The virtual readings, the virtual events is me giving back, all right? The events where I am with people, the workshops, the groups, I come up with ideas. If I'm working with the Houghton Hotel or the Houghton Spa who are sponsoring the events, they then have someone in the marketing that would do my flyers. I would then approve it and it goes out. With Viva Nation, I have a marketing team that assists me. It's my ideas and they run with it. I think I'm very grateful to be working with Viva Nation. The owner, Antos, is an amazing lady. She believes in me, she believes in my ideas, and she supports me.
Yeah. Do you ever think you'll run out of ideas?
It's not about the ideas, it's about the people. So the ideas are just different ways to approach different topics to work with people. All right. For me, it's always about what I'm giving back. So whether I'm sitting at the Houghton Hotel or whether I'm sitting at home, it is always the foundation of my work is about helping.
Yeah, but people come to you. I mean, you've just mentioned that you mentioned the example of how Metro FM started, how the Viva Nation, the TV thing started. They came to you.
Yes.
Okay. So, and you've come up with ideas because you are in that space. You've got ideas. So do you think you'll ever face challenges, or what kind of challenges do you face in implementing those ideas, and do you think you'll ever run into problems?
I think the only challenge that I may face is one day if I feel that I have given too much, if I've from an energy perspective, I've given too much and I'm not taking time out for myself.
Like a burnout situation.
Like a burnout situation. I do try to take my weekends, I be with my family, I do ground, but there's a demand that I can't keep up with. So I often then, for example, would say, right, I'm not working this Sunday, I'm taking a day off. And then there's such a demand that I end up working. So I think my challenge would be the burnout.
Do you go to a medium? Have you ever consulted a medium? Have you ever consulted a medium?
I was in Houston, and across the road from the hotel, there was a medium. It was tarot reader flashing. And I was like, I want to do this. My husband was, are you crazy? You want to spend dollars to go talk to somebody else? And I want to do this. And I go to this lady and we talk about the fake mediums. She took out her tarot cards and she's talking about my dad that's alive. And I'm listening to this woman and I paused. I said, can we pause? I said, my dad's been gone for 16 years. I said, but this is what I'm picking up. And I started doing a reading for her. So I said, if you can give my money back, because it was $20. So I said, if you can give my money back, I gave her a free reading and I left.
Yeah, but those people who do tarot card readings in kiosk and stuff, I mean, in my books, I'm sorry, my skeptical self, they always like dicey
I was
situations.
excited.
But I'm asking, in terms of, you spoke about how you re-energize yourself to avoid burnout, how you take time out. But I mean, have you ever felt, there's a good medium that you said, I must go and consult a medium?
There was a lady, unfortunately she's passed on now. There was a lady that was on the local radio in Durban. I was young. I heard her on radio and I thought I would like to engage with her. And I did speak to her. And she said to me that you are a healer yourself. Why are you not embracing it? Your grandmother is your guide. Those were absolutely factual, true words. Because my biggest supporter is my grandmother that's late, who was very much a healer herself.
That was an authentic experience.
It was an authentic experience. I then saved her number. Years later, I reached out to her when I had my kids, and she gave me information that was correct.
Yeah. Your Houston experience must have taught you why many people will be skeptical today of mediums.
Yes, and it taught me maybe I should be in Houston doing readings and charging in dollars. But there are many people out there that are giving us mediums a bad name. There are many mediums out there that are brilliant. My advice to the viewers that are watching your show today, if you go to somebody and you want help, please allow the medium to speak. And if you feel that few sentences in, this person is now gauging, they're watching me, they're asking for information, stop it right there, walk away.
It's not genuine.
And you know why I say this? I have had many people that come to me where they've gone to somebody that's incorrect. They've gone through a divorce. They've gone through challenges. They've left their jobs because they were told. And they come to me because their life is ruined. And now we're picking up the pieces.
Yeah, but the point is, as you've made earlier, whatever you hear, you need still to take responsibility for your own decisions and actions. Am I wrong?
100%. So if I, for example, and if you hear me on Metro FM, I will say, I'm not seeing this relationship working. I am seeing that this is how the person is. The caller will engage. We would talk about it. But at the end of the day, they need to be emotionally and mentally ready to make a transition. I cannot tell you walk away if you're not emotionally ready.
On a different note, do you find that older people, as we get older, we are more open to trying to understand the spiritual side of things, and that's why we talk to mediums, or younger people as well, in your various platforms and workshops? People, when I say younger people, people maybe in their late 20s or early 30s are coming to you. Where is the openness or readiness or even willingness to hear the messages?
It's a very good question. Maybe 15 years ago, it was the mature crowd that was understanding, that was wanting to embrace this change. But I find now the whole world is changing. The youth are now embracing spirituality. I find that I'm getting more younger clients that are coming to me seeking guidance than it is just the older people. And I want to put this out there, that everybody has their own sixth sense and intuition. Even though a client comes to me and I would assist you, I want all the viewers out there that are watching today to know that always listen to your own gut feel. That will never guide you incorrectly. That will never steer you wrong.
Is the gut feel that inner voice that's coming from deep within that might be connected to your spiritual being?
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm ignorant of this. I'm just asking.
No, it's correct what you are saying. That sixth sense that we say is sixth sense, that sixth sense and that intuition is coming in from your ancestors, coming in from your spirituality. Some people actually come to me and say, but I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God. But you're coming to me for a reading because your life is confused. I'm not there to change anybody's religion. Everybody must believe in who they want to believe. I am only focused on the spiritual aspect in terms of what's happening with your life now, what is going wrong and how we can fix it. I'm not here to change religion.
What kind of challenges are young people coming to you? What kind of challenges are they facing? I'm trying to give our viewers here on #ConnectAfricaMoyane through your medium eyes, or what are the challenges without confidential stuff? I mean, what are the kind of issues that young people would be dealing with?
So a lot of my clients, the youngsters, are finding difficulty in choosing their courses. They're studying certain degrees because family members have asked them to, or because they didn't have the finances for what they wanted. So there's a lot of frustration that I'm picking up with the youngsters in terms of their education and the lack thereof, the lack of support, the lack of finances. I'm finding youngsters coming to me where they are losing faith in our country and they are looking to relocate. And that's where I'm coming in to say that I love South Africa. And I'm looking at the reading. Each individual is different. So I might find somebody who, yes, I am seeing that you must relocate. It's going to be better. Or somebody that I'm saying, you don't like your circumstance, but you are able to change it. Staying in the country or following a different career path is going to give you a success. So I'm talking to clients, the youngsters, about their career, suicide. You'll be surprised that there are so many youth out there that are suicidal. And I do hold their hand through that. I'm finding a lot of young girls that are ending up in pregnancies and they don't know what to do. They feel that it's against their culture or against their family beliefs about termination. So I'm dealing with a host of issues. And we thought that it was just the adults that were having issues in relationship. The youth are seeking solace in a relationship that is unhealthy for them, and it then negatively impacts their studies.
The older generation who are contacting you today?
More career fears, financial strains. I am seeing marriages that are breaking because of financial challenges. So those are the issues that we are dealing with.
Those are real issues.
Those are real issues.
I'm just wondering, why would we believe a medium would help us solve those real issues? Because I can go to a career counselor and say, show me my career. I love maths. I love biology. I enjoy this. What should I do? I could go to what is called now a life coach, for example.
I am a life coach.
For example.
So I am a life coach as well. So I'm not just doing the reading, but I'm also the life coach. The reason people seek mediums, we are able to see a little more. A life coach will look at, well, I am a life coach, and I would look at your history, and I would assist you on that level. or I'd look at your goals and your key strengths, and we would work around that. But from a medium perspective, I'm able to tell you your strength might be finance, but I'm actually seeing you doing exceptionally well in law, bringing in the financials into law. So I'm now showing you the difference, not just looking at your strength and saying, let's work with this. I am seeing beyond.
Yeah. So you've what I'm hearing, you've managed to integrate both worlds, but using your natural gift of being a medium into this world of the practical challenges of today. And what are the worries about our country that you're picking up from the young people?
You know, unfortunately, a lot of the youth are losing hope, losing faith in our country. I believe in South Africa. I believe that we are going to have a turning point.
What is it about the country that they're losing hope?
The lack of jobs. There is no opportunity for them. Their fear is that they're going to get their degree and they're going to be unemployed. There's an opportunity for entrepreneurs. South Africa is a rich, beautiful country. And that's what I sometimes have to explain to these clients. But again, it is not that everybody is going to stay or all the youth are going to stay here. Some of them are better off with the relocation, right? Because that's their path. So again, I deal with each client individually.
Yeah. So the issue of the country is about opportunity and where are we headed really?
Yes.
And that's what young people will be worried about. And the older generation will be worried about stability.
It's the stability, and I am seeing that with COVID and the lockdown, it's created a lot of tension in homes. A lot of my clients that are coming to me after the lockdown are struggling in their marriage. So those are the areas that we are working on.
Yeah, I know you're not a fortune teller from my experience, and that's stuff I don't believe in myself, and it's a bit of nonsensical. But when you hear those stories today of the young South Africans that you're dealing with, and the mature South Africans with all these fears and what COVID-19 has done, the pressure it has brought on all of us, okay?
Globally, not just in
South
South
Africa,
yes.
yeah. And of course, you have clients all over the world, so you also get a sense from the other side, outside South Africa, what's happening. Do you become anxious about the future?
I'm not. I have a lot of faith, and I trust, and I'm confident. If I had to become anxious, I'm not trusting myself. I also want to say to the viewers out there are a lot of my clients that are out of South Africa that want to come to South Africa. They want to start off their lives here. We have a beautiful country.
They see an opportunity in the country.
They see what many people are not seeing. They are seeing it from the outside of the bubble. So if they see that they can come here and make it work, we should too.
And they share those kind of hopes of a better life in South Africa with you?
Yes, they do. They do. And to the viewers out there, to the youth that are watching the show, studies is the most important thing.
Education?
Education. I find that a lot...
Nelson Mandela said, I saw a quote the other day on the Nelson Mandela Foundation's Instagram post, reminding young people, June in South Africa is Youth Month, reminding about one of his Nelson Mandela's famous quotes about he cannot overemphasize education.
I agree.
Young people, just get educated. Advance your studies.
I agree.
Is that the message
that is my message to the youth out there? No matter what is happening around you, educate, get that piece of paper, and know you've got a foundation.
But get education in what you love or what you think will make you give a better future.
Get education in terms of what you enjoy, what you love. Because if you're passionate about what you're doing, success will come. But if you do something just for the money, you will hate your job, you will be miserable, you will never make that money. You will be always unemployed or miserable. I do believe that COVID-19, yes, it's a pandemic that we never, we are still recovering from. But there is a blessing in disguise. It's allowed us to slow down. It's allowed us to just refocus, to realign.
I think more than realign, it has also allowed us to reimagine. You hear these words. I mean, some of the favorite, they're becoming like old cliches very quickly. You must reimagine, you must pivot, you must be agile. But you're quite right. That means you don't stop.
No.
You look at new ways and new things to do. You're very busy currently. I know you're working on a new project. I saw on your Facebook page, you posted coming soon, second chance, talking to prisoners. And I thought, I know Taz, is she crazy? You're going to be talking to prisoners.
Yes, I believe everybody deserves a second chance, right? So I will be engaging with offenders. We are planning a youth program. I will be talking to juveniles next week. I will be at the Durban Westville prison speaking to the juveniles. I have been working with offenders for a long time. The difference is the ministry has now seen the benefit, and they have. We are in discussion where I will be going into the various prisons and talking to the offenders to help them understand what they've done wrong, to help them ask for forgiveness and be forgiven and be given a second chance to rehabilitate and reintroduce them into society.
So they're also going to get a free consultation from you. I can see that coming. You're sitting there with this murderer and something will come through, somebody will come through. Are you going to be giving them free consultations, Taz?
So they are going to be having free consultations, but if it's going to help our society, why not? I have been helping offenders for a while now.
And how's that journey been?
You know, I'm going to say it's been rewarding, because the people that I have been working with have accepted their crime. They have not just committed to me, but they've committed to themselves that they are going to change. Because it's pointless telling me I want to change, and then you walk away and you do the same thing.
Yeah, because I mean, society, we're very tough on criminals, and we put them in prisons, and the prisons are far away from our normal spaces. Shut them out there, and we leave them there, and we forget them. And these are human beings, I understand, but some of them have committed heinous crimes.
I understand that, and I'm not saying that everybody should be given a second chance and forgiven. If you do not have remorse and you do not take accountability, then maybe you need to still be serving more time. But there are many offenders that have also served their time. They are remorseful, and they were in different circumstances. So I'll give you an example. I need to give you an example. You will see on social media, I have been releasing snippets. I did sit with the murderer. He's committed, I think, about 8 to 10 murders. And he was a little boy that had no father, that had nobody watching over him, and he was pulled into a gang. And if he didn't kill, he would be killed. He was then introduced into drugs. So at 12 years old, you are a drug addict. You are killing because you want a plate of food. So you understand that he didn't do it because I want to be a murderer. He now served his time. He's been given an opportunity on parole, and he's turned his life. We are working together. He's turned his life around, where he's become a coach to the youth in the township, where he is trying to advocate for a better life. He is now teaching them what it's like to be aspiring to be somebody better. Coming from a township, you don't have to resort to crime. So he's now taken that situation and he's turning it into a positive. So you understand, when I say second chance, you can be a murderer, but if you're given a little bit of opportunity, you can turn it around to work for the community, for society.
Well, all I can say that good luck. I mean, it sounds like it's as you said, it's a project where you can really make a difference.
I feel
you are in the business of trying to make a difference in people's lives.
Absolutely. And I feel that even if I sit with 10 or 50 offenders, and if one person walks out and say, I want to change, that's one less person that's committing a crime on our streets.
And for how long will this project last?
We haven't put a timeline to it. The ministry has been very kind to say that we are opening up the prisons across the country. I can go to the prisons that I want to and start working with the offenders.
So now in June and in July, you're going to be going into August. You're going to be crisscrossing parts of South Africa,
yes,
different prisons, but mostly focusing on young offenders.
I'm looking at young offenders that can still change, but I will be talking to pre-release parolees that are going to be released in the next couple of months. I'm going to look at what they've done. I need to explain to them what they've done, because some of them feel like I haven't told the whole truth and nobody will know. I know. So I am now pointing out the deeper facts of your crime getting you to understand what you've done, and maybe if the families are open to now put the family and the offender together so we can have a bit of healing, and for them to understand that they will be given a second chance at life, they need to make it work for themselves.
And on what platform will the second chance be?
There are a few negotiations on the table. We will release that information soon.
Okay, on your social media platforms.
On social media.
Taz, it's been a pleasure having you on this social media platform, hashtag Connect Africa Moyane, to which you played a part in its genesis in terms of the thinking and the encouragement and the inspiration. Thank you very much for having joined us, and all the best with everything else that you're going to do. And whoever showed up while we were talking, I'm pleased you didn't tell me. I really appreciate it. That's Taz Singh. Thank you very much for watching this episode of hashtag Connect Africa Moyane. And please remember to like, to share, to comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.